We are here to testify that Jesus Christ has changed our lives. Just like these men up here coming to use their talents, they didn't always know God. They didn't always know. But see, the thing about God, you may be here and be like, you know what, I've heard about God. I don't believe in Jesus. I believe in God. I believe in a God. I don't know how to explain God, but I've heard a lot about Jesus. See, the thing is, you will come to a point in your life where you start seeking. That may be now. Are you seeking for truth? Are you looking for something that's true in life rather than what you see can be this false conception of reality? Yes, it is reality. I have hands. I've got feet. This floor is hard. Those guys are good. That's called reality. But see, there's also, those are physical laws. There are spiritual laws fully intact. And the first law, which we are all under, is called the law of sin and death. You see, this world is, you see evilness. Evilness is a real thing. Satan is a real entity. The demons are real spiritual beings. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they don't exist. Now, there came to a point in my life and every one of these people's lives where I was seeking, I was searching for things that are true and searching for the truth. I didn't always believe, just personally, I never believed in Jesus. I thought it was a fake, made-up fairy tale. I thought it was written in this book that had no relevance to my life. I sought God through what I believed God was, through meditation and higher power and spirituality, being a good person. But see, Jesus has an amazing promise. He said, if you search, you will find. If you knock, he will answer. God knew I was searching for him. He knew I was searching for him through my practices, through my interpretations, through my opinion about what God was. And see, by God's mercy, I had an encounter with the spirituality, realized that there is a spiritual realm that is very true, very real. And it shocked me because their evilness does prevail. But what I knew of God, God was only perfect. He was only good. He was righteous. This wasn't bearing witness with the spirituality that I was into. I walked into a church. Thank God they had speakers outside the church, because I didn't go inside. I stood outside. And when I saw people that were praising God, it began to click in my mind that something very supernatural was taking place. And that these people had a relationship with God, and it struck me to my knees, and I realized that I had a great need, because my sin was great, and I had failed God many times in my life. My whole being of who I am as a human being has fallen short. Not once, not because I sinned last week, not because I sinned today. No, my whole being, my passion, my desire, my talents, my gifts, the thrust of my human being was all after myself. And I was in darkness. I wasn't in the light. And see, when I had that revelation, I realized that I needed it. My greatest sin was to give my life back to God. And see, I didn't know much of Jesus at that point. But what I knew was that this person, Jesus, was sent from God. That's all I knew. He was, they call him the anointed one, the chosen one. You may have heard about it many times. And I challenge you, if you're seeking for God, seek him and ask him to reveal himself to you, because he has. The Holy Spirit wants to come inside of your life. You guys on the pier, you guys here on the boardwalk, the Holy Spirit is calling your name. He has been calling your name. He's been protecting you ever since you were young. He wants to come into your life.
Amen.
Because someone else is calling you. Satan is calling you to live in perversion, to live in wickedness. And you know deep down in your heart that it's not right, because God has given that to you. So I pray that today you will grab somebody and ask about the truth of Jesus. See, there's many things that validated him. The scriptures are very highly validated. He walked this earth. He said he was God. He lived a sinless life, and yet he rose from the dead. No man's ever risen.